Okay, so we're back at the truck again today, and for those that haven't been keeping up with this, we've had a few issues. Now, well, one single issue basically. We keep getting a particular code, and the code is indicating that the oil pressure switch is off, is what it means. So the computer has shut the oil pressure switch off, and when it does that, then it shuts off the variable valve timing solenoids, and it loses power. It's all designed to protect the engine because the oil pressure has dropped inside the engine, and so it's trying to use whatever pressure it has available to lubricate everything instead of using it to power the variable valve timing. It's kind of interesting how it works, but it uses oil pressure to adjust the valves as you drive along. It's kind of a neat system. So the first time we got the code, I changed the variable valve timing solenoids, both of them. And it seemed to work for a while, maybe a month, month and a half, 2 months, something like that. And I made a video about it, and it was doing great. It acted like a new truck. It was pretty cool. Well, the other day we were picking up, no, we were just going to look at a push mower. And got over there briefly. And I guess it was probably 20 miles out and 20 miles back, hilly roads, and it coded again. So I started checking around, and another thing that can happen is if it's got low oil. Well, it was a quart low, which was odd, so went in, put the oil in it, reset the code, and we went to pick up a lawnmower. Again, this was on a gravel hill, a gravel hilly road this time, and it coded again. So I also have tried to change the PCV valve. There's 2 of them. I didn't know that when I changed it, so I only changed one. I've ordered the other one. It'll be here on Thursday. So I'm doing everything that is kind of related to oil, except for the oil pump. Now, what I've noticed is there's some carbon in there. When I pull things out, carbon, there's little pieces of carbon floating around in there. So I'm thinking maybe I'm not getting the engine hot enough when we take these trips over to the store or something. I try to heat it up. I always make sure the thermostat is at max temperature, but maybe I'm not getting it hot enough. So we're gonna change the oil pressure sensor today. Now, I started this project a few days ago, and ended up I ordered the wrong switch. It was too big. So this is the switch this time, and this time I'm pretty sure we got it right. And the biggest difference was the plug-in. This one has 3 plugs. I don't know if you can see that. And then the one that I bought that was wrong had 2 plugs. So I've already kind of plugged it in, not all the way, but enough that I know that it's going to slide over it. So at least that's right. And then I had to go buy a socket because I didn't have a deep well socket this big. And so that fits. So hopefully we can get this off. Now, I've sat around stressing about this ever since I took it all apart. The longer I had to wait for the part, the more I started stressing. Is it going to be too tight? So last night I put some BB blaster penetrating oil. I'm going to try to show you where it's at here. It's going to be complicated to film, but it is right there underneath this wire harness, right there. I don't know if you can see my finger. I can't see it in the camera. Yeah, I think. So it's right there. And I got to get a socket back there and try to break this loose. Now, I've tried a crescent wrench and it didn't work. I can't get a wrench back there. So I tried a small crescent wrench and I just could not get any leverage on it. So we're going to try this and see how this works. Now, as you can see, I've taken the tire off. I've taken the shroud off. And I took the nut off the starter here so I get the wire off of it because that was in the way. I got to remember to put that back on. I'm really worried I'm going to get it all buttoned up and realize, oops, I forgot that. I'm not sure how I can remind myself. Okay, so I've put the camera in there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Maybe that way. I don't know. But at least I'm trying to show you. I can get this in here. Okay. So that's good. We was able to get that in there. See if we can get the ratchet in here now. That's good. Okay, so I was able to wedge a brick in there to kind of hold my ratchet so I could pull down real hard without the ratchet cocking out and slipping off. So that helped out a lot. That kept everything level. So now it's screwing out. So I'm gonna take the ratchet out now and see if I can get it out by hand. Okay, I think I got the camera positioned. I can't see the screen, so it's just a guess as to whether you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to take this brick out. I think it's in the way now. It's okay. I don't think I need it anymore. Okay, so I'm going to put the new one in. If I can reach it, we're losing oil. Can't reach it. I'm gonna have to put it in the socket and see if we can get it that way. I was able to get it to stop worrying about the camera and get both hands in there. I couldn't do it on camera because when I would do it, my other hand would be in the way of the camera, so I just gave up on the camera. Sorry about that. I'm not entirely sure I've got it yet. It seems that the only way I can do this is to shut the camera off. Once I shut the camera off, things work better. Okay, I think I got it now. I'm gonna take the wrench off to make sure, yeah, it looks right. And then we're gonna tighten it. There's a compression ring in there that we gotta get smashed in correctly. There we go. Okay, so this is me remembering to put the starter wire back on. Of course, now the camera's back on. My hand's in the way of everything. There we go. Let's see if we can find the starter wire. There it is. So in order to put the nut on, I got to do it off camera. Okay, so I think I got it all buttoned up in there. I guess we'll find out soon enough that I don't. And now we'll put the shroud on somehow. This is the way. Some of these were bigger than others, and it's a mess. Let's see if we can find the one that goes in that. Okay, so I think it's time to put the tire on. Strange. It's lower than it should be. How is that possible? I didn't lower it. Oh, no, maybe it'll go up. No, it's too low. So I gotta raise it up. Strange. I guess it settled. Okay, so let's hook the battery back up. Okay, so here goes the most terrifying moment of my entire life. Let's get the oil pressure. Hey, that's not bad, 53. Okay, so nothing's screaming at me. So I'm gonna let this run for a bit and see what happens. Okay, so the last time we had a problem, I came home, I let the truck cool down, and I started it up, and I looked at the oil pressure, and it was at 35 psi. And then as the truck warmed up, it drops. And then it goes down to 19 psi with the old pressure sensor. Today, when I started it, it was at 49 psi. Now you can see the temperature gauge is up a little bit, so it's warming up, and it will drop as the oil viscosity heats up. You know, as the oil heats up, the viscosity it becomes less thick. So we were at 49 psi. Now we've heated up a little bit. It's at 43. So we're still quite a bit above, 8 psi above where we were the other day when I started it with the old pressure switch. So I'm going to take it for a test drive, see how it does, and I probably won't do any more video today, but if we have any problems, then of course I'll let you know tomorrow. So I think we may, cross my fingers, have gotten it. So if you'll click this up next box, it'll take you to a video where I was working on something on my other channel. So I hope I can inspire you to keep at it, sing live your dreams. Thanks for watching.